Welcome to Canada Conversations, part of Delaware Debates 2014, produced by Delaware Public Media in collaboration with the University of Delaware Center for Political Communication. I'm Delaware Public Media News Director Tom Byrne. This conversation, taped here on the campus of Delaware State University, focuses on the race for state treasurer. And we're joined by the Green Party's David Chandler. Thanks for joining us, David.
Thank you.
First off, we'll start with a basic question. Why are you running for state treasurer?
Well, I'm running for state treasurer because I believe that, first of all, the two-party system isn't the best way to go. I believe we should have multiple parties. We should have instant runoff elections so that if you choose to vote for one of the other parties and that party comes in, say, third, then you would still have your second choice vote would count for your choice, say, of the lesser of two evils. Second, I would say I think probably the governor has overreached in his criticism, and I had a feeling that Chip Flowers might lose the primary, and I didn't want the governor just to have a clear shot at knocking him off. So I would still be there as an alternative. And my third major reason is because the state treasurer is a member of the State Board of Pardons, which I think has an important role because we've got mass incarceration in the United States and in Delaware. Many people are in there for nonviolent drug offenses, and so the State Board of Pardons has the opportunity to consider each case individually and recommend certain cases for pardon, clemency, or in the case of the death penalty, or commutation of sentences so that people could get out and start their lives again.
Are there some pieces of your personal and professional experience that feel make you a particularly strong candidate for state treasurer?
Well, I have been doing my own income taxes, say, since I was in junior high school. And I do have a background in mathematics, and I understand something about the financial markets. So yes, I believe I'm qualified to do that part of the job, too.
Do you see the role of state treasurer more as a financial manager or an economic watchdog, or maybe a little both?
Well, I would say both. I mean, okay, so you've got the state auditor, but the treasurer is the front man that makes sure that nothing really fraudulent is going on. So certainly, I mean, you're the head guy managing what's the best way to handle the investments.
Okay. What limits, if any, do you think there should be on the state treasurer's ability to manage and invest the state's cash portfolio?
I think there needs to be a lot more transparency. If we had a good cash management board, maybe it would be perfectly all right to say that board would make the major decisions. But right now, who knows exactly how they decide, and why do they pay so many fees to outside managers?
Okay. And you mentioned transparency. How important is it for the state treasurer's office to foster public trust, and how can that office make sure that it has the public trust?
Well, I think disclosure and requiring disclosure from members of the cash management board. So, I would make my recommendations for how we should manage the money, and I would say, since this is our money for operations, it should be handled very conservatively. Understandably, interest rates are quite low, so it's hard to get good returns. But on the other hand, we would hope to get positive returns and not pay all that money out in fees. So I know the state treasurer said, for maybe 33 out of 38 months that he had been in office, he had positive returns. So, why didn't we get positive returns the other 5 months? Maybe it's because we had 10-year notes or something that declined in value, but I'm not sure if that's the case, or if it's mainly because we're paying too many fees to outside people for doing something that is not that really hard to do.
And finally, a number of recent state treasurers have put a big emphasis on financial literacy for just the general public. How important do you see that, and do you have thoughts on how you would maybe continue to foster that type of financial literacy among the general public?
Well, it generally seems like a good idea, although I wasn't personally aware of that campaign for financial literacy coming out of the state treasurer's office until I started running for state treasurer. So, yeah, I think we could probably continue such efforts.
All right. David Chandler, Green Party candidate for state treasurer, we thank you so much for joining us and for your time today.
Thank you.
You can find all of our candidate conversations online at DelawarePublicMedia.org and DelawareDebates.org. Candidate conversations are taped here at Delaware State University and are part of Delaware Debates 2014, produced by Delaware Public Media in collaboration with the University of Delaware's Center for Political Communication. I'm Delaware Public Media News Director Tom Byrne. Thanks so much for watching.